Greetings, YouTube. Today we're looking at the Morakniv. I think I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I apologize to all the people from Sweden out there. This is the Kansbol model of that particular brand. This is a knife my wife purchased for herself. This comes with the multi-mount system. They're calling that? Yeah, the multi-mount system. So this is the box, and in the multi-mount itself is this right here. The sheath fits into this. It slips in here, then it rides on this Velcro strap, holds it in place, and then this, which is a very stiff, also gives you a lot of security, as well as the knife clicking into place in the sheath. So the combination of the knife clicking into the sheath and it's, okay, I'm worried for it, it's not going anywhere, and this strap means that your knife is not going anywhere. But if you don't like that particular carry option, you can slip this whole thing apart and then just hang the sheath here. It'll just click in here, so you can have a dangle off of your belt if that's what you prefer. And I've seen pants that have buttons on them so that you can use this to click right in there, and it's not going anywhere. As well as it came with more Velcro straps to take advantage of the these slots in here, so you could weave this in and out and mount it on a backpack or a pack into a MOLLE compatible system. You could put the straps through here. So this has got a lot of carry options. It really does. And you could, as well as putting a strap all the way through from beginning to end, if you'd like to. I've seen a guy, he's a Russian. He lives in Russia. He's actually not Russian. I think he's Norwegian, but he lives in Russia. Russian Survival, I think, is the channel. And he carries a knife across his chest using a very similar, using this. I might be using this sheath in particular, but he's got a belt weaving in here, and he carries it across his chest, which he prefers to having on his belt because he's less likely to catch it on something, and it's at the ready right there on his chest when he needs it, which again he finds more comfortable than on his hip, and I kind of understand that. So we're gonna kind of move this stuff out of my way, which I don't need for this video, and we're gonna open this up. It is a stiff, and I'm gonna pull this out. It's easier for me to do that. Here we go. Do that safely, and then here we go. Here is the classic Morakniv, there you go, Morakniv blade shape with the wonderful Scandi grind. It is just so pretty. This particular model has had a secondary bevel place, so it's not just going to be one flat blade with this width of Scandi grind all the way to the tip. This particular one is thinner here, which allows you some more cutting and more control options than does a more traditional, less expensive version of Morakniv knife. And I love this one because of the color. This is a perfect color in my book for using as in a bushcraft situation. You want a knife that if you drop it, you can find it in a heartbeat, and whether if it's in snow or brush, whether it's green ground cover or brown ground cover, you're going to be able to find this in a heartbeat, and that to me is very important. I'm constantly baffled when I see knives that have camo pattern grips. Who wants a camo pattern knife in the forest? Why do you not want to find what you need to use? It just baffles me. It has a lanyard hole here, if that's your kind of thing. I know some people swear by lanyards on knives, and some people hate them because they feel they catch on things when they're traveling through the brush. So I think there's arguments on both sides for that one. This is hard plastic here and here, but this section in here is all rubberized. So it's very comfortable, it fills the hand very nicely, and it's very secure. There's a really nice grip against your skin with this, and this would work with gloves, or if your hands are wet, this is definitely going to afford you a grip that you're not going to have to be concerned with in an emergency situation. And because of this shape, it gives you, it's very nice, and it comes right there, and then it just thins right out. So at the tip, you've got a lot of delicate control if that's what you need. The back of the spine here comes to a nice crisp edge intentionally, so you can use it against a ferrocerium rod. So very comfortable. The knife is light, which is also great, particularly if you have to carry something long term, and if you're doing a lot of through hiking, every ounce counts. So if you can cut down a little bit on what knife you're carrying, that's the knife you're going to carry, and then this is the one you're going to want to have with you. And of course, that edge is just wonderful. Came out of the box just so nice, and it's so clean. There's no burrs on this thing. It is just very well done. And this is the kind of thing I don't have a lot of experience sharpening Scandi knives, I'll be honest with you. But if I were, but at some point in the future when my wife's going to need this touched up, this is something I'm going to do by hand on an oil stone, so I can get that Scandi knife really locked at the angle I want, and then just do a straight draw across a stone. This is not something I want to be using on some kind of a belt sanding system or wheels that turn or something. No, this needs the tender loving care of a hand ground edge. So yeah, and it's very even from side to side. They did an excellent job. The people who make these are craftsmen, and I really appreciate their work. I don't remember what model I own. I own one of the less expensive models than this one. I picked it up just because I loved it. But this one is for my wife to carry when she is out camping, and I think she has picked an excellent model with a great carry system. I'm very impressed with all the options the thing gives you. I think she couldn't have done better. I don't think there is a better general purpose bushcraft knife for people in the public than this company, and I think this particular model is probably your best option, because it's going to be there when you need it with this carry options on this sheath, and it's going to be there when you drop it because it's going to be brightly colored, and it's going to do what it needs to do, whether it's a ferrocerium rod or making feather sticks or preparing your food or just being there when you need it in the bush. This is a great design, and the people that have produced it have done top quality work. So yeah, I've never been disappointed by one of these knives whenever I've held it. Morakniv makes some great stuff, and they are justly proud of their work. They have a great work ethic, great design team, and their stuff is beautiful and functional. So yeah, so you can tell I'm a fan. So now I'm going to package this up, put the stuff that my wife doesn't need back in the box, and now she can put it with her gear. And next time she goes out in the woods, she'll have a really good knife to carry.